Oh my god, this is gonna be the most like embarrassing thing that we've ever seen. I'm so happy that we're watching this. Ned from the Try Guys. Remember, wait, he cheat on his wife. He a wife guy. He cheat on his wife. Well, he kind of like went off the internet after that. That was like 3 years ago at this point. Until today, when he released a new podcast. He's launching a podcast. Like it's not just like a one-off video. Like this is a podcast called Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer. Everyone makes mistakes, some of us really big ones, but what comes next? Rock Bottom is a show that explores people's lowest, most embarrassing and challenging moments. Also, love this right here. Hosted by Ned Fulmer, the ex-BuzzFeed Try Guys co-creator, whose own Rock Bottom ranked number 6 of Time's most viral moments of 2022. Why is that included? That's so stupid.
When people find out I cheat on my wife, Time Magazine will rank it most 6 most viral.
All right, is there like a gas leak? Are you okay? What are you filming this video for right now? Well, let's get into the video. There's so many different clips, like so many parts. I'm just gonna show you like from the source. Let's watch the beginning.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. I know that it's like everybody knows, but why is this his attitude that he's doing it? Like, it's 3 years ago, but he's looking at us like we just watched him like diarrhea and then his wiener touch it and then he cut his wiener off.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer.
Like, that's the like tone that he's doing, like, hey, so, dude, you're doing a podcast, like, you're gonna make a show. Why are you talking like you just got castrated? Like, what? It's so embarrassing. Okay, keep going, bro.
I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
No, I never trusted you. I didn't trust you at all. You just seemed,
a little bit weird, a little bit like the Squidward of the group.
Me personally, out of all the Try Guys, the only one that I stand is Coop Hammersburger. Put that big mouth on me, boy. Don't say that. Now, I had made a video about this actually a long ass time ago, like early my YouTube career, when my thumbnails look like that. I don't know what I was thinking. But the tone of this podcast gets so much worse than what we just saw. If you can imagine, it's even more cringe. It's insane. Okay, we just have to watch clips because there's no way to describe like the Lovecraftian horror cringe we're about to see.
Why people were so outraged, and I understand that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that.
Yeah, so this is that, and it's really important to think about that as we're watching this video because the core of what we're about to see, the core thing that makes me feel so weird about the whole thing is this is obviously like all private conversations that have happened before, but then they are just happening online for the reason of now we, the viewers, like other people, have seen them have this conversation so that they can move forward. So that's what he's expressing right here is the purpose of this podcast. But that also like means that this whole thing is kind of performative. Like in a like it is the essence of what performative is. They're doing the conversation for us, even though they've had this conversation like 3 years ago and like since then multiple times. But they're doing it for us so that we can see it. But when you're watching it, you're gonna be able to tell. Like it feels like they're like they just feel very aware that the camera's on, and obviously they are. They're recording it. But let's start right here. But first, I want to give the biggest thank you in human history to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. Thank you. Because I have moved 4 times in the past year. Every single time, I swear, the hardest part of it, it's not like the packing of the boxes, it's your entire life has to go to that new area, like doctors, dermatologists, dentists. And it can be so overwhelming, it's hard to know where to start. And the result was I would just put it off because it's like, okay, do I just Google random names? Do I hope someone's in network? Half the time you get stuck on hold, just trying to get to an appointment that won't be made for like 3 months. And it just like, I mentally just like put it off. It's just not the healthiest way to live. But I found that ZocDoc genuinely did solve all of that for me. It's such a simple way to find doctors that you actually feel good about without wasting so many hours. ZocDoc is a free website that lets you search and compare high quality in-network doctors. You can filter by location, insurance, specialty, and in ZocDoc, you can see that doctor's availability. No phone calls, no guessing, it's all right there. And honestly, the best part is that you can read real patient reviews of that doctor, and you get the doctor's detailed profile with all their information. It's such an intuitive and easy and like, oh my God, obviously I need to be doing this, because you actually have a sense of who it is before you walk in, and you're not just, going in blind. behind. Also, the appointments happen very quickly, typically within 24 to 72 hours. Sometimes even like a same day visit, which means you don't have to wait months. And with more than 100,000 providers across pretty much every specialty, mental health, dental, eye care, it really does become your one-stop shop for healthcare. So be good to yourself this year and go to ZocDoc.com/Coop. It's completely free to find and instantly book top-rated in-network doctors. Click the link in my description to check it out. Thank you again to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate it. Now back to the big stuff.
Is it strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting?
Oh, heck yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Same.
Okay, this is the core of what makes this thing so because like they're saying right there, like they're acknowledging, okay, this is a public conversation that we're having. Yeah. Okay, it's awkward and all these things, but what makes the conversation extra awkward is like they're filming it for a reason. They're filming it so that we can all see that they've had this conversation so that everybody can move on because, oh, now we've seen her say these things to him and now we feel, I guess, some sort of, closure and like she can move forwards because we know what she says and thinks about him. And then for him, we can have the closure because we've seen her say those things to him. So they're both getting something out of it. But to be honest, he's getting a lot more out of this. He's getting a lot out of this. And she's doing him a huge favor by allowing this to happen. But the whole thing ends up feeling performative because they are doing it specifically for the reason. Like they both are going into this conversation really not wanting to. But why are they doing it? Because there's something that they really want to get out of it. So therefore nothing that they're doing can be authentic and everything has to be filtered through the lens of they want me to feel a type of way after this. And for her, she just wants people to like let her the fuck alone about this. But for him, it's like,
Hey, could you come online and spank me a bunch so people see you spank me so that they don't feel like I need to get spanked because they see you spank me?
and she said yes. So, yay, here we go.
The way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple? Like, no. We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, that
Doesn't mean
all
that
is
you're
forgiven
together.
and you're.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry that we're watching this. I don't want to even feel like, okay. By the way, bottom of the mic, literally how I'm feeling right now. What the fuck? This is what I'm saying. Like this whole conversation is like, so she got a bunch of shit. She got a bunch of like backlash because she went to a Taylor Swift concert with him and was seen there. And people were like, they're back together? You get back with that dog shit boy after all he did to you? That dog diarrhea ass? Like she got a bunch of backlash and hate and they're clearly like trying to, it's like, oh my God, it's so uncomfortable to be watching this because it's like, hey, let's address everything. But they are doing it in the context of a conversation with each other. That's what it is. If this whole conversation had just been like them talking direct to camera, it would make sense because their intentions for being there are direct to camera. This is so important. This is so super important context for the whole video of like, okay, because I think that is what makes me feel so weird about this. And I'm glad that I figured it out early. This is a video where both of their intentions are audience facing, but they're doing it to each other. And I think that decision makes the whole thing feel performative because actors are not performing for each other. They're doing it for the movie. And that's how they feel because they're doing it for us, but they're not, you know what I mean? Comment if that's it making any sense to you. But good, they're not a couple. But how do you feel about it, Ariel?
Like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No. Fuck no.
Oh, what is he doing? He's sitting there. Yes, she's talking about you. Yep. How could you? She's looking at him like, how could you forgive somebody for doing all these things to you? He's like, yep. Guys, it's each other. Oh my God. This is the most uncomfortable video that I've ever seen in my entire life. Ned is evil for releasing this. Ariel did nothing wrong. But I feel so uncomfortable watching it. Let's let her keep going though. Like,
I don't even, It's
Okay, but do you see like how she's obviously at a loss for words. And he's sitting there, from my perception, what I'm thinking when I look at this is it feels like he is thinking about what she's saying and the impact that it's gonna have. It feels like he's sitting there and he's almost like very engaged in the conversation because he's like, yeah, the more she spanks me, the more they feel like I've been spanked and the less they'll feel the need to spank me.
Yes, yes.
It's like the vibe I get from him in this thing. And people will say, like, I've seen comments of people being like, this should be a private conversation, not a public conversation. It is a public conversation that they're having after having had like probably 1 billion of these privately. The whole thing feels so like it's facing towards the audience though, in a way that, okay, let's keep going because there's more. Hearing them talk about this is so, okay, go ahead. And by the way, sorry, I know she's taken like, she gotta like collect her thoughts and he's, slow. I'll put you on 1.5 though, I'm sorry.
I found out about your affair from the fans. I mean, and I was so blindsided that somebody sent me a picture and I couldn't, it's like my brain couldn't compute. And
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just like, it's taking forever and I'm hearing like there's squeaking in the background. The whole recording of this video, there's a little, like it's not my mic, it's their mic. There's just so much awkward silence in this podcast while she's going, you suck. Die. But for real, finding out from Reddit, like finding out from Reddit, opening up your Instagram and getting a bunch of DMs towards a Reddit link of your husband who's like the wife guy on YouTube. Like all he would say is like, Ariel, oh, I love Ariel, my wife. Oh, I can't wait to show Ariel. Him and the producer off camera after he says, I love my wife. Ew. But finding out about that from Instagram DMs, from Reddit, oh my God, in that situation, I don't know how she didn't lose her mind. I don't know how she didn't have to like go to Arkham Asylum because that would drive me loony. I can't even imagine. Okay, but I think she was about to finish her point, so like, let's go ahead.
it's like for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister. And I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on?
Oh my God. By the way, imagine him opening that text right there. What's your sister doing in New York? Him? Oh my God. His producer right next to him. Don't worry, baby. It's gonna be okay. I don't know how you get into a situation like that and you make it out the other side. For either of them. Like for Ned, honestly, to still like, I don't know, to try to post videos, to try to make a podcast called Rock Bottom. Oh, how far he's come. No. I just can't imagine the level of like abject humility, like just like he's so unbelievably hated. And opening that text from his wife, seeing that and realizing, oh my God, it's just having like a vision of everything that's gonna come. What do you respond to that text with? You just send a thumbs down? What's your sister doing in New York? I don't like that. I found this part though so interesting. Like I don't think that I really processed what the public like level was for them, but she goes ahead and talks about it.
When we park outside of the couples therapist's office, and we see that this car has a camera, it was like, I think that person just took a picture of us. And so we went inside and we talked about it a little bit, and then we had our therapy session, and then we came out, and then there were multiple people outside, and it was probably one of the strangest situations that I personally have ever been in. I did not know what to do with my face. And so my reaction when I don't know what to do with my face is I smile.
Yeah.
This is what's so weird about this. It's because they are like, these are all the things that happened along the process. So let's talk about all the things. Oh, why were you smiling during that? Okay, I need to talk about why I was smiling during that. But it's not a conversation towards each other. Like what they're trying to do is a conversation to us. Why are you looking at each other, talking to each other? Why couldn't you just sit down with Liza Koshy and be like, we broke up? Like the video is direct to audience, directly like addressing and talking about things that are like specific towards the viewers and like general overall public perception of a lot of different events, but they're doing it to each other for us. That's so weird. Why? How do you not have a producer that stops you and goes, hey, I think that the entire premise of this video could be shifted and it would be way less weird? Oh, maybe because Ned would probably fuck that producer. Yeah, can I say that? Can I even say that? That's your producer is like being the wife guy and having a work wife. Oh my God. I gotta see these like couples therapy pictures though, because clearly it was like a big thing they're talking about. Okay, this is the picture. Wait, this is from TSMC. Ah, this is so awkward. Yeah, they're both smiling. That's weird. This is right after the scandal broke. Yeah, they are both smiling. Yeah, of course, they're just awkward. They just feel uncomfortable. That's fine, obviously. There's a video. Oh my God. I have to see this. I have to know it for the context.
Hi, guys. Hey, are you guys working things out? You are?
Working things out.
Oh my god, working things out. If you are a paparazzi and you're ever in a situation like this, you just gotta end. No, can't say anything, but you literally shouldn't even be around at all. The dude who's filming this, hey, so Ariel, you back together? This is who you wanted to be when you grew up. Back when you were a kid, when we were all in school, we would throw glue sticks at the ceiling. Bro went from throwing glue sticks at the ceiling as a child to being scarred. Now it is awkward. It is awkward. Obviously, what are people taking what she said here seriously? People took that and were like, oh my god, they're getting back together. She's just so awkward because it's a paparazzi person and put him in an awkward situation. Yeah. I'm with her on that.
Hey, what's next in your career, Ned? Okay, sure thing. Have a good day.
Relax. Walk into the ocean. Walk. Actually, you know what? Run. So Ariel. And one more thing. And Ned, what are you doing next? You're not a real person. And I hate this guy so much. Whoever filmed this, I hate it so much. It's an awkward video. And I feel like I understand why they felt the need to address it in this podcast because that is, I'm sure that was a big moment. I actually feel like I did see that picture when it came out. But I just feel like I don't really think that you should be doing a podcast. I feel like you just talk direct to camera. Hey, we were coming out of the couples therapy thing. This paparazzi dude was being real weird. So we were just kind of uncomfortable. We just like smiled and waved it off. No, genuinely TMZ I think is the devils. I think that TMZ should be like, I gotta like stay monetized on this channel. But you know what I mean. Happy Clark. Okay, back to the podcast. I want to hear a little bit more what she's talking about with that paparazzi situation.
I just smile like an idiot.
That's my reaction too.
I smile like like a cat. I just smile. And so
this is the video that
everyone saw. And
like leaving couples therapy.
We're leaving couples therapy. Looking at each other like we don't have a care in the world.
Why was Ned invited to this podcast? By the way, why is this Ned's podcast? Why isn't this Ariel's podcast? Maybe she just doesn't want to, like whatever. And he does, whatever. But this, like what the point of this video is and like what they're trying to do, it doesn't need Ned. Like she should post a video like on her own, addressing all of these things, saying how much she doesn't forgive him and how he sucks and everything. It's just like, it's a video where she's saying all these things to us so that we can understand the situation and see that like he clearly doesn't like get forgiveness from her because people feel like he deserves more hate because she forgive him like because of the stuff like that they're talking about. So the point of this is to show that no, he didn't get off easy. But I don't feel like we need to see him sitting there to get that. It's just like promo for his podcast, but the whole thing is just sitting there going,
yeah, and also when I cheated on you.
It just feels like, what do I want him to be more confident? I don't, no. But he's just like a little sniveling little, it's, the word is punchable that I'm not gonna use to describe him because that's mean. But it's the only word I can think of. But let's go to a part where we can hear a little bit of what Ned has to say. About time we heard about Ned's opinion in this podcast.
Delusions and rationalizations that you as the person doing that sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad or why it's going to be okay or why actually this talked about in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like fell down where I totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
Yeah. I actually don't think I want you guys to have posted this video at all. I actually wish that you had deleted this off your hard drive. Because I understand what he's talking about. He's understanding the moment that he realized it had gone too far. And she's sitting there going, oh, so you didn't really care while you were doing it? And once you saw there'd be consequences, you got upset? And that is what he's saying. It's like, why does he have a podcast? I actually don't understand. By the way, who's watching episode 2? This is the only thing that I would ever want to see again from Ned Fulmer is a video of him like addressing this with Ariel. What the fuck is episode 2 gonna be like? I think he said it's somebody who's like dealing with like a addiction. I think like a heroin addict. Okay, why would I care what Ned Fulmer got to say about that? Is every single podcast him just going,
well, that reminds me of when I cheated on my wife.
He's the wife guy now, but he's the cheated on his wife guy. And he just brings it up at every given opportunity. He's talking about delusions, rationalization. Oh, it's not that bad because it is. Oh, no, it actually isn't this. What possible delusion or rationalization could you give, though, to explain away cheating on your wife and mother of your child with your producer?
I just don't like her anymore. She's not hot.
Bro, that, like, what?
I just, she's not turning me on anymore.
Huh? Like, what rationalization is there? This guy, this guy is crazy. I can't believe he's doing this.
It's almost like they feel so much relief, but the partner then has to accept it. And that's exactly what happened. You know, when you told me, suddenly then I had to take all of that guilt and shame of your affair. And it was so much to carry. So much. Like, and I know that, like, and
can you guys turn off the squeaking noise in the background? I'm sorry. Why are you recording a podcast with 100,000 awkward silences and you have what is like Ned's great-great-grandma sitting outside on a rocking chair? She's saying, I had to carry all of your guilt and shame for this thing. Because that, by the way, the fact it went so huge. Like there was an SNL skit about it. It was like it was ranked Time's 6th most viral moment of 2022. So then, yeah, her feeling almost like bad for him for everything that he's doing with that. And then having to like feel like bad about all the hate that he's getting when he just like cheated on you with his producer. The situation is so juicy because there's so many clips of him being a wife guy online. But I mean, honestly, most other situations where it's like somebody cheats on somebody else, the person who gets cheated on kind of gets to have like in some way some sort of heroic moment where they're like, I got cheated on, and then everybody rallies around and supports them. But for her, it was already so intense and so bad, and they have like a child together that of course you don't want to, like, you want them to just like stick around like in life. So then she's like feeling bad and like, oh, we'll go to couples therapy and blah, blah, blah. So she for real didn't really get a moment where it's like, Ariel's a hero and we can support her here. It was more like, we hate him so fucking much. And then she's a little bit like, they hate him so much. Let's go to couples therapy. Let's try to like, and then she just got a bunch of, oh my God, we hate him so much and you're gonna forgive. Oh my God. But that's the thing. Like even now, the heroic thing of like everything that she's gone through, it's like she doesn't even really get that because it's on his podcast and his dumbass is sitting there the whole time going, and then how'd you feel when I cheated on you? Thank you for giving me juicy fodder and promo for my podcast that is definitely going to be a success. By the way, what are the comments on this? This video should be titled, Exploiting My Ex-Wife's Trauma to Make Myself Feel Relevant Again. Oh, this is so good. This is such a good point. Him calling it the scandal and her calling it your affair is all we needed to know. Wow. Yeah, he really is self-centered. That's a good catch. I didn't think about that. Yeah, and this one, Ned sounded like a neutral third party interviewing Ariel as if he had nothing to do with it. That's what I said. Why is he even there? That's what I said. Yeah, oh my God. Okay, one more. 2014 to 2022, Ned has no personality, so he uses his wife for clout. 2025, Ned has no personality, so he uses his ex-wife to gain clout. It's just like so transparent what's happening. We can so clearly tell that this happening is giving him in some ways this could be giving him a lot, but it's actually not because he flopped so hard on it. Like it's actually so bad, and it's so like there's a path towards they could have done something that actually could have like started to rehabilitate his public image. Like I know there would have been a path for that, and it's not this one. So it's extra funny because it's not like we're watching somebody who he's exploiting her and he's getting away with it. It's like he's trying his best to exploit her, but he's sitting there like this and he's doing a really bad job. Oh my God, I hate him. And he knows that this is what the reaction is gonna be. And he likes that? What? Weirdy. But this is a big part of the video, so let's go here.
But it was a fantasy. It was like, you know, I trusted you so completely. And I mean, we grew up together. We got married when we were like in our early 20s.
Yeah.
We were babies. We had nothing. I mean, we moved out to LA with just our car full of stuff. I mean, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it. We were just kids.
See, like, okay, this part of the conversation, I'm having such a hard time watching. It's like genuinely so impossibly cringe. That part of the conversation, what is this being broadcast for? Honestly, does this need to be broadcast? I understand the like giving closure for the situations that were like public, the paparazzi stuff, making sure everyone knows that you've like fully split up, you haven't like forgiven him. All those things, got it. But then it's the moment of like sitting there genuinely reflecting. It was a fantasy. We were kids when blah, blah, blah. That's the part that like, it honestly doesn't need to be online. We honestly don't need to see that. It actually is too much. Like, I actually don't want to see this part of the conversation. And then his response and his like reaction to all this as she's saying it is like, this is so bad. Go ahead.
How could you do that to me? Like, who are you?
So sorry.
I knew he was gonna talk. His dumbass sitting there acting like, is that rhetorical? Who are you? Should I answer? Who am I? He sat there for so long and then he's like, she's not talking. What? I would have just let her sit there. I would have let her cook. I would have let her talk. I'm not jumping into a rhetorical question. Okay, but I really do want to hear what he has to say. Because this is like so real. Like, you genuinely are the worst person who has ever impacted my life at any moment ever. You are genuinely the most evil person, and you have so rottenly, to your core, ruined so much about what could have. Him sitting there like, oh, okay, I thought I was gonna come on here and get spanked. Who am I? I'll go ahead. And here's what he said.
So sorry.
We had so much. There was so much. We had so much life left.
Oh, that's the thing. That's like a line in a short story. Like, don't put that in a podcast. We had so much left. Don't say that. That's too poignant. Ariel, that's way too poignant. You can't be dropping stuff that poignant in a podcast with Ned Fulmer. Oh my God. By the way, she fully wasn't actually waiting for him to talk. He's like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, dude, we know.
So sorry.
We know that you feel bad about it. That's why you came onto the podcast and introduced yourself by saying this.
Hi. I'm Ned Fulmer.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. Bro, oh my God. It's like, it gets to a point where like, you look at this face. You look at that face? Are you kidding me? Dude. I don't even know. I don't want you to be more confident. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I know I don't want to see this though. I don't want to see somebody who literally just pooped on their wiener and is showing me. Like, it's so weird. I don't want this. Okay, here's the next part that I want to show from the podcast.
You know, it can be one thing one day and something different another day. You know, I have some days when I hate your guts. And, you know, there are other days when I enjoy your company more than not. And that's okay. It can be both.
It can be both.
You know, some days are really sad because I feel the loss. But other days, I feel a lot of gratitude and joy for where we're at now.
Mm.
Especially, I mean, our kids are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I guess I'm happy for you. Yeah, I'm happy for y'all. This is the part of the podcast that Ned is sitting there like, yeah, some days you hate my guts. What other days? Okay, you appreciate my company more than you hate me. Okay, some days. You could tell like the laugh of relief of like, oh, she said our kids. Yeah. Yeah, our kids are great. Yeah. I did cheat on my mother with my producer. Because the thing is, he did that. Life does go on. But does life need to go on in a podcast? I feel like, I don't know how much money they made. I don't want to get into his pockets, but I feel like the Try Guys were a pretty lucrative business, aren't they? Like, I do pretty good on YouTube, and I feel like they're 100,000 times bigger than I have ever been at any point. Like, did he have to come back? Did he have to do a podcast? I'm so curious because it's such an insane thing to do, because there's an assumption that he has that this is going to be something, that the podcast is going to be something, and that it's going to be worth what's happening right now. The things that we are seeing right now, there is no world that the podcast is successful enough to make this worth it. There's just no way. It's rock bottom with Ned Fulmer, the podcast. There's no way it's going to be successful. Like, you know, like Matt from Matt and Abby, his podcast where he's in a closet is more successful than this. By the way, I hate that guy, but I love him. He's so crazy and funny. There's this other part that's like a little bit later in the conversation that I really want to highlight because let's talk about it.
It's ironic because at the same time, I think what the internet wants from you is to be a one-dimensional character.
How so?
Well, I think there's if you make TikToks as like a certain persona or doing a certain joke, if you deviate from that joke, oftentimes your like engagement will plummet. Like people kind of want to like just see it's like, oh, it's like you're a stereotype. You're kind of like that person, and I guess I noticed that in my own work. It's like the things that consistently drew people in were adorable family posts or talking about my wife, and then producers lean into that and like craft situations for me. And I don't know, over time it felt super.
The producers were really pushing me into the wife guy quadrant. That's why I fucked one. He did that. Oh my god. The internet really forces you to be one note. Can I be honest? It doesn't. What he's talking about with like TikTok, sure, I relate to that when I was on TikTok. I'll make a whole video talking about my whole TikTok life because I really want to do that because of the thing. Yeah, but I remember for sure on TikTok, like I had a couple series that worked, and it's just like if nothing else is working and you have to pay your rent, do the one that's working. And it's like, oh, these two people are always I'm like, yeah, that's true on TikTok. You were like a very successful, very famous, very well-known YouTuber who's doing long-form videos where people like the draw from my perspective is like the people and who they are. And I feel like it's more interesting the more multi-dimensional and deep each person is, because then you can actually like appreciate it. I feel like as a YouTube viewer, like myself personally, I feel like I am drawn to people who are not one-dimensional. So I think that what he's saying is wrong. And also the reason he's saying it is because he's like, yeah, they forced me to be a wife guy. Yeah, they really pigeonholed me in that. Yeah, they pigeonholed you into a place where you love your wife and kids. Oh my God. Oh no! I have to love my wife and kids and make a shitload of money showing how much I love my wife and kids. Oh no, I have to perform for the camera. You have to perform for the camera that you love your wife and kids? I mean, clearly, yes, but acting like it's some big burden that he had. Oh my God, they pigeonholed me as the wife guy. Bro, you are saying to your wife that you were frustrated that the entirety of your career was able to revolve around you being a family man. Isn't that exactly what most people want? I wanted to do other things. I wanted to be like the bad boy. By the way, the reason that people lean into that like the wife guy type thing, because it makes them look real nice. And people really like them. And the thing is, if you love your wife and you express how much you love your wife, there's nothing manipulative or performative about that. But people do genuinely like somebody if they if they love their wife and are nice to her. Like, I don't know why he's framing that as like a negative thing. He's framing it as a negative thing because he had to put it on for the camera. And I don't think that he's realizing what he's confessing in that moment, because he's just saying it as like, oh yeah, it was difficult because, part of this whole thing was that I was a wife guy, but I'm not even a wife guy. I don't even really care about you. That's why I was cheating on you in the first place. Do you realize that is like the subtext of what you're saying, Nedery? No, Ned doesn't realize anything. That squeaky sound we've been hearing is what's going on inside his brain.
So what are you gonna do now that you're back on the internet?
It's a great question. I, for a long time, didn't want to return to the internet because I didn't see a way of. I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to make anything. I didn't feel creative. And as time has moved on, I have a desire to create and to tell stories, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life.
Okay, and so I started a podcast called Rock Bottom where people come on and relate to me about hitting my rock bottom. You are on a podcast that is specifically exactly the description of it, description on your YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Is a description of what you just said you don't want to do. What are we talking about, Ned? I don't know. They finished the podcast and they're like, we're gonna co-parent, honesty, respect. We're gonna laugh, blah, blah, blah. Ariel's like, I don't want to do stuff publicly. I'm just gonna be more live privately. Okay. But based on this whole conversation, what he's saying there at the end, this podcast, realistically, the whole podcast in general shouldn't exist based on what he said that he wants. If he wants to create stuff and not be attached to it, you can direct films and write them under a pseudonym. You got all the money, you could do that. You make a kick-ass film and then it comes out, oh my God, it's Ned Fulmer actually directed this. Everybody's like, holy shit. That's what he described wanting to do. His dream of what he could do is that. And he could do that. But instead, he is exploiting his ex-wife's trauma to make himself feel relevant again. Yeah, because the only claim to fame that he has is being a piece of crap. crap. But we love him though, don't we, folks? No, I really don't like him. After this podcast, there's nothing that I feel like better about it. Like, okay, his wife hates him. Yeah, I assume. But she's like okay with it because they're co-parenting. Yeah, I assume. Oh, he feels really bad about. Yeah, I assumed. This like literally did nothing for me. Maybe it did something for the people who thought something about the paparazzi photo outside. Like, who gives a shit? It is an insane piece of media that has no reason to exist and in its own essence contradicts itself. Although Ariel did say something pretty poignant. So thank you so much, Ariel and Ned. I hope that you enjoy making your next podcast. Please subscribe to my channel.
I wish I knew you.